Well, welcome everybody to the 2023 AIS Research and Management Showcase. I'm Nick Phelps, Director of the Minnesota Aquatic Invasive Species Research Center. And on behalf of all of us, thank you all for joining us today to hear about the latest in AIS research. We're very excited to share our findings and updates with you all throughout the day. This showcase represents a crucial step in our collective effort to protect and preserve our lakes, rivers, and wetlands for generations to come. Our mission is to take data from the field and the lab and develop research-based solutions that can reduce the impacts of AIS in Minnesota by preventing spread, controlling populations, and managing ecosystems. Our researchers have dedicated countless hours to unravel the mysteries of AIS biology, distribution, and the impacts on our ecosystems. They've embarked on field expeditions, conducted rigorous experiments, and developed cutting-edge technology to inform AIS management strategies. And all the research that you'll hear today is the outcome of a thorough prioritization process that MAISRC undergoes every 2 years. And we'll drop a link to that process in the chat box here to our website that explains that in more detail if you're curious. I want to first thank the many project partners, research affiliates, and collaborators from our campus, across the state, and around the world. Thank you to our Center Advisory Board and our technical committee members for keeping us focused on our mission and the most urgent priorities. Thank you to the University of Minnesota, the College of Food, Agricultural, and Natural Resource Sciences, and the Department of Fisheries, Wildlife, and Conservation Biology for their vital support. Also, thank you to those that have helped organize and moderate the showcase this year. I want to give a particular shout out to Ethan O'Brien, Maddie Hayden, Alex Badges, and Corey Mackey for everything that they've done behind the scenes. And of course, thank you to all the MAISRC researchers out there for the long hours in the field, in the lab, and in front of your computers over the last year, conducting the research that's going to be presented today. Your work really is making a difference, and I hope that you all leave here with a sense of renewed energy after engaging with the participants. And lastly, we're deeply grateful for the funding support that we receive to do our research, including and particularly from the Environment and Natural Resources Trust Fund, the Minnesota Legislature, and the more than 200 individuals and organizations that have supported MAISRC since our inception. Donations from folks like you are a critical piece of our funding, make a huge difference in us being able to conduct the work that you're going to hear about today. If you feel motivated by what you hear in the presentations to come, please consider supporting our work. If you're real quick here, you can take your smartphone out and take a picture of the QR code on the screen, or you can visit the website link there, or it'll be dropped in the chat box in just a second. Just a few quick logistics, and then we can get started. And first, you should have received a few different emails containing the schedule for today. And you can access that schedule, and the link is in the chat as well. And if you're here right now, so far so good, it's probably working out. But if you do have issues throughout the day, please reach out to us at maisrc@umn.edu, and we'll try to get you set up and running as quickly as possible. All of the talks are going to be recorded and will be posted on MAISRC's YouTube channel in the next few weeks. You'll get, as an attendee, links to these presentations as soon as they're ready. And the general public will get the links at a later date. Between the sessions, there's going to be about a 15-minute break. I encourage you to grab some coffee, stretch your legs, check your email, do what you need to do. And if you have to switch between web rooms, that would be the time to do it. Also, you'll receive a short survey after the showcase, and we do look at those and incorporate feedback into future planning for future showcase events. So when you get the survey, please fill that out. We greatly appreciate it. So some of the logistics out of the way here. I want to get to some fun stuff. 3 years ago, MAISRC created the Research Partnership Awards. A small thank you to those that make a big difference. The award recognizes those that have gone above and beyond to support MAISRC's mission. We have 3 award categories, including individual, professional or agency, and group or organization. Now, there's many deserving recipients that have been nominated by MAISRC researchers and staff, and it's been fun going through all of that input. And we're grateful to have so many incredible partners across the state. So without further ado, we're proud to announce the 2023 MAISRC Research Partnership Award recipients. And first up in the category of individual, I'll begin with Justin Swart. Justin is the AIS Prevention Coordinator and Environmental Planning Technician with Douglas County Land and Resource Management. He's been a local partner in coordination with MAISRC and UMN Extension as part of the annual Starry Trek event since its inception in 2017. He's coordinated the local activities up there in Douglas County. Justin also recently completed aquatic plant surveys on 45 different lakes in Douglas County and has gone the extra mile to include those data in our PI charter project, something you'll hear about later today in one of the presentations. So please join me in congratulating Justin on this well-deserved award. And Justin, I should say that we do have physical awards to hand out next time we see you in person. So on to the organization category. That one goes to the Minnesota Coalition of Lake Associations, or MNCOLA. They're a volunteer organization with the mission of preserving, protecting, and improving the waters and shorelands of the state of Minnesota through advocacy, education, and sharing of best practices. MNCOLA has been an advocate for research-based solutions to our AIS problems from the beginning. From their docks to the state capitol, they're a highly engaged group. They have challenged the status quo by asking for the data, the evidence, the science to support decision-making. And while they make a big difference in a lot of conversations, this has really helped to prioritize MAISRC's research agenda and elevated our outcomes. MNCOLA's engagement has also helped to guide our project teams and keep us focused on the applied value of our research. And finally, their commitment to supporting long-term stable funding at the legislature has been very important to our sustainability. So a big thanks to all of you joining us from MNCOLA. We really appreciate your partnership. And lastly, in the manager or agency category, the Leech Lake Band's Division of Resource Management, they're dedicated to the protection of water, land, forest, fish, wildlife, plants, and other natural and cultural resources present upon the Leech Lake Reservation. Kate Hegston, Raining White, and their colleagues are outstanding partners in MAISRC research. They have a long record of addressing AIS in the waters of the Leech Lake Reservation and are now unfortunately facing a challenge they'd hoped wouldn't come, starry stonewort, encroaching into an important wild rice bed. They've taken a proactive and creative approach, experimenting with diver-assisted suction harvesting, otherwise known as DASH, to mitigate starry stonewort without harming the wild rice. With a commitment to learning while doing, they are increasing the impact of their work by collaborating with MAISRC researchers to better understand starry stonewort's impact on wild rice and evaluate the effectiveness of DASH management. I think this is going to provide important information to other groups working to address starry stonewort and other invasive plants while trying to protect the native ecosystem. So thanks to our friends up there in Leech Lake for everything you do in partnership with MAISRC. And lastly, I want to thank everybody out there for joining us today and the contributions that you've made to MAISRC and our research teams over the last year. We really could not do this work that we do or make the impact that we have without you. So big thanks from all of us to all of you. That's the end of my quick comments. We're going to take a break, and the first session is going to start at 9:15. So find that agenda, click on the hyperlink to get in the room that you want to be in. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the day in the 2023 MAISRC Showcase. Thanks a lot, everybody.